This is Veena Uttarwar. I'm a holistic nutrition practitioner and a health coach. Um, Hello, everyone. Good to see you all again. Let me give you what we covered in the last webinar. We covered immunity can be improved if you treat food as medicine, and two important types of food types to remember while meal planning, which are antioxidants and anti-inflammatory foods. And then while you're making a meal planning, it's a good to involve the family in meal planning and adding 3 vegetables in each meal and ginger turmeric tea with a lemon and black pepper. If you don't like tea, the ginger turmeric banana smoothie and cup of water every hour, and exercise every day at least for 20 minutes. And gratitude, laughter are the best stress relievers to get good night's sleep. So today I'm going to cover 3 topics. One is grains and a few pantry makeover tips and craving control tricks. For most of Indo-American, wheat is a staple food. Common roti is with the wheat flour. Unfortunately, industrialization has changed the wheat so much that our body is reacting to wheat products silently. So many studies shows that gluten from wheat is an inflammatory protein. So we need to reduce it gradually to get anti-inflammatory state of the body. Fortunately, India is a nature's basket and offers very variety of grains without gluten, such as ragi, jowar, bajra, and then there are little small millets which are like foxtail millet, little millet, and kodo millet. We call it bajra and ragi, and different names. And then also you find here it's buckwheat. That is another one to experiment in our meals. And there is one is amaranth that is also widely used in India. All these grains are nutrient dense, hypoallergenic, unrefined starches with balance of vitamin B and magnesium to support optimal digestion and balanced blood sugar. So I would suggest making changes slowly to move towards anti-inflammatory meal planning. It's very difficult to transition from wheat to all these grains. So for instance, if you're used to making wheat rotis, I would suggest start with half wheat flour and half ragi flour, and gradually you get used to it, acquire the new taste and start liking it. For enriched nutrients, you can add a spoonful of flax seed powder to these mix. So it is quite fluffy and it gives more fiber. It tastes pretty rich. From my own experience, we now don't miss wheat roti at all. We enjoy ragi roti. Sometimes I mix with the jawar atta. So ragi and jawar, both are millets and both are anti-inflammatory. So another way of using millet is in a grain form. The simple dish that you can make from in grain form is khichdi. So a lot of different people from different state, they use khichdi with the different millets, such as bajra khichdi, jawar khichdi, or foxtail millet khichdi. For my special tip to cook khichdi, or in South Indian they call it pongal, is with moong dal and three types of vegetables, and spice it with ginger, garlic, and turmeric powder, and add some cloves, cinnamon, and cardamom, and top it with cilantro and some ghee. You cannot go wrong. I feel hungry now. They all taste very good. Since we grew up with rice, it is very difficult to give up rice. Rice is also another anti-inflammatory grain. but it is full of starch when you use the white rice. So I recommend choosing brown rice instead of white rice. So it has some fiber. Brown rice is high in carbohydrates and elevates blood sugar. So we need to watch out how much quantity brown rice we should eat. Um, to give some um, protein to it, I normally we add some quinoa to it. So one fourth cup of quinoa to 1 cup of brown rice is a good combination to replace white rice. Another tip I would suggest is quinoa is sometimes for some people it's not easy to digest. So if you soak it for 40 minutes or 1 hour, it sprouts and then it is more easier to digest. So use a sprouted quinoa in a brown rice mix. So you can also make ragi dosa to make it more rich with complex carbs. And add the ragi or finger millet flour in place of white rice. So ragi or finger millet, it has a lot of calcium, potassium, and minerals and protein too. So other ways to use whole grain millets, you can cook in place of upma, or sometimes you can use even bajra in salads. And there are a lot of nowadays you find a lot of flakes that you can use as a substitute for poha and all that. So you see millet have a lot of number of health benefits. So it's very good to replace our it will go easily um, replacement of in place of wheat. So however, millet are known to possess nitrogens. That is an anti-nutritional factor if you have a thyroid problem. So please watch out. In general, millets are easy to digest with full of nutrients, therefore fit for consumption by every age group in the family. So from last week, what we said as a family planning and then make recipes and all, select the recipes. And this week, if you start making a grocery list, and then before you go to the groceries, I would suggest to make some space in the pantry for when you bring it, so you will have space for new food. Um, and then so it's not easy to replace new foods with old foods. So one tip I would suggest, I would call it healthy foods are called heroes, and the junk food or whatever you want to replace, those are bandits. So you organize your pantry so that heroes are up in the front and visible, and keep those bandits back away from catching your eyesight if possible. Um, if you have kids, then involve them, to ask them to choose the spots where they want to have the heroes and bandits. Uh, or if they're okay, then you keep it away or from the pantry or keep in the garage. And same thing goes true with the refrigerator or freezer. For craving controls, I suggest we all love sweets, and Indians are born with sweet tooth. So when you crave sweets, try some grapes or cranberries. Many times you feel quite satisfied because they provide with chromium, carbon, and phosphorus and sulfur. And if you crave some chocolates, raw nuts and seeds and fruits, they all provide magnesium. So it helps. Then if you crave soda, try a probiotic drink, which is kombucha, that satisfy with that feeling of soda, so that's a good replacement. Otherwise, you can snack broccoli or homemade kale chips. That really takes away the craving of soda. And salt cravings are big thing, and very common. Those are usually result of boredom or stress or lack of sleep, PMS, dehydration, or electrolyte imbalances. Or it could be some health issues or conditions too. That you need to talk to the doctor if it persists a longer time. I would suggest healthy salty snacks as avocado on a good quality sourdough or a gluten-free toast with a salt, or edamame beans with a rock salt on top. And what else? Higher salt cheese, such as very hard yellow cheese or cottage cheese with some grainy crackers. So these are my tips for today, and I want you guys to try and keep open-minded and try all these new foods and develop new tastes. Nutrition is a science and cooking is an art, and they go hand in hand. Learning to be well is a skill that ripens over the time, and have fun. Thank you.